Hello, friends. This is Jacob Popio, the producer of The Apex. In this episode, Jan, RJ, and I sit down and talk about anything and everything, just like old times. This is another one of the Shooting the Shiz episodes. In this episode, we sit down and explore the stories that make us who we are and discuss our burgers, sandwiches. If you want to support us, there are 3 ways to do so. One is to donate to our cause at www.patreon.com/theapexpodcast. Second, visit our merch line that is proudly partnered with Envision Clothing Company at envisionclothingcompany.com. I think they just released some new merch. The final one is completely free. All we ask is if you learn something from this episode or know somebody that needs to hear this message, share it with them. Please subscribe and hope this pushes you toward your apex.
We are recording.
You don't eat sandwiches?
I eat beef. I can talk about a new diet that I'm going to try.
Yeah, I don't eat
New
sandwiches.
diet?
I don't eat sandwiches. I eat beef.
Pretty much.
What kind of answer is that?
shaving. His whole chest is
I
clean
know. I
shaved.
trimmed it all down for the pool because next week Jenny has vacation. So
Are you going somewhere?
no, we're not
What the
going
fuck? Why
anywhere.
not?
Because she just doesn't want to go. She's a party pooper.
That is dumb.
Not really party pooper.
That is dumb.
She doesn't want to go super far from Charlie because
Does
Charlie
Jenny
is-
listen to our podcast episodes? No. Okay.
no, Charlie's just old.
You ready
13,
to die?
13, yes.
For anybody
Only-
curious, Charlie is the a decrepit puppy.
Puppy. 13-year-old puppy. He's a hound dog. He's just old, and it's really hard for him to like get up and down stairs. And Jenny's parents or Jenny's mom's older. She's close to my mom's age, 65,
Weren't you
67.
in the middle of doing something the one day and then like had to go emergently like pick him up off the floor because he just ate absolute
in the
crap
Disney
down
film
the stairs?
Fox and the Hound,
They just put. Yeah.
doesn't the hound die, or is it the fox that dies?
You're the Disney
I
guy.
just saw this the other
You're
day
the Disney
too.
man, dude. I have no idea.
It's the old hound dog, and he's the puppy's the replacement for the old, and that's why he's there. So I think the older hound
So
dog
all
dies.
you need to do is buy a new hound dog, and then
No. No. There's no replacement for Charlie. She's gonna be devastated when Charlie eventually passes away. But he's just got really bad. Like I was talking about it with Jenny the other day. So you see how Theodore's laying here,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where he's laying on his basically on his chest or his belly, and he's got both of his front arms stretched out in front of him, and he's got a
Yeah.
good 4 to 5 inches before the end of his toes to his nose. Well, when Charlie lays down, his head sticks out the same equivalent, and his paws only make it. He's got such stubby little arms, even fully stretched on his belly, they don't go past out his head.
Oh, geez.
So they live in an older house around here in Canton, and it's all steps, to get up into it. So a lot of the steps he can't do. So you got to grab his butt, or you just got to carry him yourself. And knowing our luck, we'd go somewhere, and her mom would be like, "Charlie tumbled down all 17 flights of stairs."
Jesus.
I don't know. You think I should take him to the vet?
Why don't
My
you just
God.
take him with you?
Oh, he wouldn't do well. He tries to get up. The shutter speed on his beehole isn't as great as it used to be. So he'll struggle to get up, and the turtle just slide out because he's trying to get up to his feet. It's
Dude,
cute.
it's
Cute
so
and sad at the
bad.
same.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I took care of so many people
And just-
at the hospital.
He's just trying
that,
to
like,
live.
And and the only reason, so normally I wouldn't talk about patients,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. But this has actually happened to me. So, there was a period where I had the flu really, really, really bad, right? And it was it was a stomach bug on top of the flu. One of those moments where you're on the john next to the bathtub with a trash can in front of you because you're
Just
not
in
sure
case.
which end it's gonna come out of.
All ends.
Dude, standing up and having all of those abdominal muscles contract, the number of patients that I've taken care of in the hospital that just are oh, I got to go to the bathroom, stand up, floor,
Yep.
covered. It's
Yeah,
well,
it's sad.
let me go get you a new gown and this is how I'm starting my day.
Is
Awesome.
this what he looks like?
He actually kinda. He's at the point where his front legs work well. It's Herbert's dog from Family Guy.
I was
That's what
gonna say
Jake just showed
for
me. The
everybody
dog
that
that just
can't
drags
see.
his back legs across the ground. He's basically a slug. Yeah, that's honest to God, that's pretty close.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Because he'll just like get stuck with his leg underneath him and whatnot. And it's sad. And like the sad part is he still acts like a puppy. Like we'll go walking with Theodore and he'll try to keep up with him. But then, like halfway through the walk, when you hear him trying to do his little run, you'll hear him dragging his like you'll hear scrapes against the concrete because his back left leg, when he pushes, it just drags across the ground. But you can tell, like in his face, he's like, I want to keep up, I want to run, and his body's just not keeping up. He's still got the mentality of a puppy, but he
Right.
doesn't
He just
have the
doesn't-
body
yeah.
to support it. And it's sad to
I think
watch.
that's what happens to all of us, right? Like our consciousness doesn't really like get too.
I don't know, man. Some old people
unless
are like, I'm
dementia
done.
like sets in.
I've lived my life. Oh, poor Herbert. I don't know. Does the dog even have a name?
I don't know what the
I don't
dog's
think so.
Yeah.
I just
It's
know
sad.
He's got popsicles in his cellar anytime I see the puppy. All right, so Jake wants to talk about sandwiches
Well,
or food in general.
RJ
Jake, why don't
just
you?
ruined it
Hmm.
because he doesn't eat sandwiches.
Oh yeah, that's right. Here, I can go over this new diet that
You
I
eat
was looking at.
Wendy's.
Why don't you eat sandwiches?
That's a chicken burger.
It's a
It's
sandwich.
no, it's not.
Well, that's a good question. Are burger sandwiches?
Yeah.
They're between two pieces of bread.
Yeah, but it's a bun.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fair.
a bun makes a burger, where like slices of bread make a sandwich.
Well, you can put chicken between a bun.
Yeah, that's why
That's
it's a chicken
Chicken
burger.
sandwich.
Chicken burger.
Chicken burger.
Why they don't say that on the menu? It's a chicken sandwich.
think
I
it
wanna
just
put this
says-
up to a
I
vote.
think it just
We'll
says
put-
spicy chicken.
We'll put this up to a vote to the audience. All right, if you
Yeah, what
think-
makes a hamburger, and what makes a sandwich a sandwich?
Sandwich.
Well, I think
Is
a
it-
hamburger is a sandwich, but it's a more specified type of sandwich.
Who? But when you go to order somewhere, you go, "Hi, could I have a hamburger sandwich?"
Well, I guess it's kind of like whiskey is like an overarching category, and then you have like Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, like
Rye whiskey.
rye whiskey, like stuff like that. So it's like sandwiches, and then you have like paninis and burgers and cold cuts.
Okay, so
and
what makes a sandwich a sandwich?
some type of topping between two pieces of, I would say, two pieces of bread. Like whether that's a bun
So
or it's rye or it's
is a cracker bread? Is it just dried out bread?
No.
Huh?
I don't think that would count. No, that's just like, so you're like putting like two pieces of meat between two crackers is like a sandwich.
Well, I'm just saying, because then you'd have to classify s'mores as sandwiches. Because it's graham cracker.
Yeah, that's fair.
Crackers are just dried out bread. And you're saying that sandwich is meat or some substance between two pieces of bread. So where does the
Where's the
line
line?
end?
Is a quesadilla sandwich?
Well, it's not two individual
Yeah, it's
pieces. It's like
one.
folded over like a.
Not necessarily.
All right,
A
Have you
quesadilla-
ever made a big quesadilla on a quesadilla maker? It's not folded in half.
that's fair. Yeah. You know what?
Then
I
is
think
it just a grilled
I
cheese?
think honestly, what we're discovering is just like everything is a sandwich.
But a grilled cheese is a sandwich.
Yeah, it's between two pieces of bread. When have you ever made a grilled cheese
So I
with,
guess, like, the question
with
is, like-
buns from a hamburger?
never.
Exactly.
I
have. You flip it out inside out.
What? You flip the buns inside out?
Yeah. So then it toasts the
The soft part and not the
and you press it.
shiny part.
Oh, that makes sense. The shiny part?
So if
Yeah,
you
like
cut
there's
the
the
top,
shiny side of the bun and then there's the bread side of the bun.
so this is my whole issue with the bun debate.
Mhm.
If you would slice the bun differently, it would look like a piece of bread. A bun is just the ends of a loaf of bread.
Ew. I hate the ends of loaves of bread.
But
Well, now that you
love
put it
burgers.
that way, I don't ever want to eat burgers again.
But that's what it is. It's just little
I guess,
mini.
yeah, if you cut it down the middle, it just
It's
looks
just
like a roll.
mini loaves.
True.
You know what I was thinking about yesterday? Texas Roadhouse rolls and cinnamon butter. Is what I was.
They're
thinking
bad for
about
you.
yesterday.
They are.
You want to talk, Theodore?
Texas Roadhouse. he said, huh. There's one giggle.
All right, Jake, where's your favorite place to get sandwiches?
Well, Sala Maria.
Sala Maria di Torre.
Favorite place to get spamages?
Spamages? I love
Spamages.
spam.
Oh,
Spam's good.
no, Jenny
West Virginia
hates.
steak.
Jenny hates every time she's like, "You want a sandwich?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'll take a sandwich." She's like, "Say it right." I'm like, "Yeah, I said. That's what I said. It's sandwich." She goes, "Fucking say it right." I'm like, "Yes, it's sandwich." Sandwich. I will take one.
Why do you like Sala Maria so much, Jake?
It's fresh and they fill it well with meat.
He likes his bread filled with meat.
Dude, I love. Well, Brandon is a beast of a delicatessen
Penn Station,
human. Penn Station,
my favorite place to get subs.
Warm sandwiches.
dude, over Sal's.
Yes.
I like Sal's because
No
it's not a
way.
chain. Penn
No
Station is
way.
a chain.
Yeah, you're talking to the man that loves Wendy's.
You know, honestly,
I love
I
chains.
love Jersey Mike's too. Though.
No, Jersey
up
Mike's
there.
it's overpriced.
but it's
Yep.
good.
It's fantastic.
Tori hates Jersey Mike's.
The Charlie's place.
Charlie's
No offense.
Eddie's famous cheese.
Yeah, Eddie's famous cheesesteaks, but Charlie's over on the Strip is pretty good.
Yeah.
I tried that. That and I just like the pizza sub from Penn Station.
Ooh.
That one. That's the only thing
Yeah,
I
you
ever
know
get
what?
there. That's
Yeah.
pretty good because they do
Yeah.
some like crazy specialty ones there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Well,
I
they
get
house
like
make some of their sauce and stuff like
very
that for the pizza
clean artisanal sub sandwich. I'm not going to Subway or
Subway's
Penn
trash.
Station or Jersey Mike's or
don't
whatever
know.
for that, but
I like Subway tastes like nostalgia.
no. Outside
Subway
of taste,
smells like BO. When you go inside, it smells like, oh, nobody's wearing deodorant.
he's on the right track. Their Subway. Please tell me what other establishment that you go into
Has
order
no staff that never washes their hands.
No.
Subway.
No, it's not that. So every Subway smells exactly the same.
Yeah.
It has a distinct smell to it. What place do you know, besides a garlic factory, do you walk in there, you spend 2 minutes in there to order food, and your clothes and skin are stained by the smell of that for at least 48 hours?
Fucking
Mexican restaurants.
Chili's and Mexican restaurants. Chili's is terrible. I will never eat at Chili's.
It's burned in my eyes.
It's
Yes,
ruined
but for a
jackets for
fast
me.
food place, those
It's
poor
ruined
workers who
jackets for
spend
you?
6 to 8 hours there, they could go and get acid baths and they're never getting the smell of.
Starbucks is kind of the same way, but
I love the
kinda
smell.
like
Yeah,
but
the
I think
smell of
that's the smell of
Starbucks.
coffee. That's
Yeah.
different. There is
Cherry blend is the
there
same
is
way. I
no
always smell like coffee
there
when I
is
have a cherry
no
blend.
direct
reason
correlation
why
to
it
what
smells
Subway
like that.
smells the way that
Well,
it does.
yeah, like when we go to salads, you don't smell like
Sala Maria. No.
yeah.
I don't know what chemical they're in there using, but
Maybe they're just like pumping it through the vents. It's like every Subway smells the same.
it doesn't. It's not that it smells good.
Disney pumps things through their vents.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
cool.
it's Jimmy John's is the one that gives away
Chinese
free
restaurants
smells.
too. Every time I go to Buffet Dynasty over in Belton Village, my clothes smell like that for like
Or like a
until the
hibachi
next time I
restaurant,
wash them.
too.
Ew.
The Chinese buffets are lit.
Oh my gosh. I love Chinese buffets.
I don't like buffets.
How does you not? Why do people not like buffets?
They're nasty.
Some people don't like the germ.
well,
potential.
it's not even the germ potential. It's just nasty. None of it's fresh.
Feed,
It's
feed
just
me out
kind
of a
like
trough. I don't
That's
give a
how I
shit.
welted nastiness. Well, it's like the same way with leftovers. You guys probably eat leftovers. I
Love
do
leftover
not eat
day.
leftovers.
I don't like leftovers.
You guys are weird.
Leftovers are gross.
Yeah, but
So
I'll
good.
eat the fuck out of a buffet.
I'll have
Take
dude,
me to Golden Corral right
like
now.
J-
I don't
James-
care if their stuff
Okay,
came from the
take me to
dumpster
Golden
out
Corral.
back.
Jeff Foxworthy standing outside like, yeah. ah. No, James sent a picture to the group chat the other day of like a smorgasbord, right? And I was like, oh, we
Oh,
used
of
to
all
have
of his leftovers?
Yeah, we used
How
to have
did that man
leftover
fit all
night.
that in his fridge? I'll never know.
We used to have leftover night once a week, and it was like our favorite thing Thursday
I
night.
throw away leftovers. I only make enough where I have enough. If I made too much, I throw it away. I'm not going to eat it.
Jeez.
I won't throw it away, but I'll repurpose it.
I throw it away.
Snacks for
How
him.
have you? Oh, snacks for the dog.
Snacks for him. I'll mix it in with his food, so he'll eat his dog food, or I'll reheat it up and make it with something else.
The only buffets I really fuck with are the ones at Disney World.
Dude, they're incredible.
They're incredible. They're all fresh.
Dude,
I've never been there.
Ohana's.
Ohana, I
What?
ate there.
They just walk around with sticks of meat. They'll literally shave it in your
It
mouth.
was cold. It was cold.
never
It was
cold.
cold and gross. It was the worst experience
I don't
I've
want
ever
to
had.
hear it. That's bullshit. Ohana, I've been there like 8 times. Every single time.
Well, the time I went,
It was shit.
it was as cold as a corpse. And I did not want to put it
Why
in
am
my
I
mouth.
wheezing
I'm
today?
unamused.
Hey, but have you ever ate at Crystal Palace?
Yes.
I love Crystal Palace. And they have a soft serve ice cream machine. And I will literally eat like a whole carton of ice cream worth. And they have the Jimmy Sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
Top notch.
Honestly, the best
Top
food
notch.
down there is the best buffet or like family style thing was what was it? Over in Animal Kingdom Lodge, they have the Hoop-de-Doo review
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, where it's like ribs and broiled chicken and
That's
cornbread.
not
and
Animal Kingdom. That's just
Wilderness Lodge. What did I
Wilderness
say?
Lodge.
Animal Kingdom Lodge?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wilderness Lodge.
I do like the food at Animal Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
like Boma and everything like that.
Oh, my sister loves Boma. I got
That's very
hot
good.
ahi tuna there. It was good.
The place is good. I really like at not the yacht club, but the beach club.
That's where we're
they,
staying this
they
year.
have a seafood buffet,
Oh, do they really?
and I ate like so many crab legs. And
Oh my gosh.
I don't like crab legs, but if they had unlimited coconut shrimp,
I think they do.
Yeah.
we
yeah.
should go on a trip to Alaska and get some king crab and boil it ourselves. It
we can
is
go hang out with
super
Dan and
good.
Noodles up there
Yeah.
while they DoorDash. Idiots. Fucking idiots.
I still think we should pool money together.
I still
Send
can't believe
noodles
it.
that.
Picked up. He
No.
just picked up and left. Just picked
Yeah,
up a piece
right
out
right
DoorDash.
before the pandemic started too.
Yeah.
Drove all the way up there, quit their jobs, left everything here like he left his
I
bed,
totally forgot you could drive to Alaska.
and he just drove across
go through
all
Canada.
the way west,
Do you know
And
where
then
you
shot
can't
up-
drive to?
shot up through
Europe.
Seattle.
You can't drive to Europe.
And what were we talking about? Oh yeah, new diet. Let's see here. Check this out. Okay.
Wait.
Meal
Hey,
one.
Theodore, that's the mic cord.
50 grams of whey isolate protein, or 6 whole eggs or 6 egg whites and 4 whole eggs, or 8 ounces of meat, 2 scoops of a complex carb, or a cup and a half of oatmeal, measured when dry. So that's like 3 cups of
That's
oatmeal.
a
Holy
ton
Christ.
of oatmeal.
Um,
Holy cow.
Then it says between meal 1 and 2, 10 grams of leucine, 5,000 milligrams of L-arginine, 600 milligrams of
I love that one.
N-acetylcysteine.
L-acetylcysteine, probably.
Cysteine, yeah. Meal 2, 8 ounces of bison or any type of other red meat, 1.5 cups of rice.
Say bison?
But yeah. And then 1 ounce of almonds, digestive enzymes. Meal 3.
I really
8
want to try
ounces of-
elk.
Sounds like
It's
a Joe
not good.
Rogan
It's,
diet.
it's oily.
Oily.
Mm-hmm.
Like
8
grease.
ounces of chicken, 12 ounces red potatoes when cooked, 1 cup of greens. Meal 4, 8 ounces of red meat, beef or bison, cup and a half of brown rice, almonds, 1 cup of greens. Between meals 4 and 5, the leucine L-arginine. Meal 5, 8 ounces of chicken, fish or turkey, 12 ounces of yams with digestive enzymes. Meal 6, 6 egg whites, 4 whole eggs, or 8 ounces of red meat, 2,000 milligrams of CLA. And then that doesn't include a post-workout shake afterwards. So 7 meals a day.
It's a lot of food.
Is this based off of your body weight or just anybody could try it?
Anybody could try that, but it's slightly more tailored towards me, and
Dude, I'd love to have that outline.
I can
Yeah,
send it to you.
shoot me over that outline.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of chubby.
You do realize that I just named that you would have to eat 3.5 pounds of meat in one day.
I could do it. Jan couldn't. Jan eats like a little bird.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I can send that to you guys. That's
Jay could just give himself more insulin and all of a sudden be 250 pounds of muscle
that's true.
by the end of the year. He'd be out of breath tying his shoes again, but
Yeah, that really fucked me up.
he'd be. Let's talk about. I want to talk about that for a little bit. Like, so when I first met Jake, right, and for those of you that have met Jake in recent years, he's like, what are you, like
Bone
205?
thin, just a
Yeah.
skeleton of a human being.
Yeah, I'm like 210 right now.
210. So he's like 210, right? And when we first met, I think he was a $140 soaking wet.
This is true.
Yeah, he was tiny. He was just like scrawny. Like the pictures
Is that
that he
in Italy?
shows. No, before that. This is when I thought he was weird and he thought I was an asshole.
We still think.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
He this was like back in
Nam.
early choir days. Yeah, back in Nam.
It was like, let me think. I think I started lifting in 2018. No,
2017 probably,
2017.
because I think it was my senior year before my super senior year. But yeah, we met and then we got started on talking about lifting and helped with like a program for him and his dad, basically, that was a byproduct of the powerlifting program that I was on.
Mm-hmm.
This dude gained like, I forget, I'll let him explain the weight, but it was an obscene amount of weight in one summer. And he came back and everybody was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, everybody thought I was juicing.
So you don't even have to worry about insulin sensitivity.
No.
Because that's what I worry about because of all the carbs and
He's
stuff
like
that I
not
take.
sensitive at all.
I know.
Well, in December of 2016, that was 1 month in. So I started lifting in November of 2016. I weighed 140 pounds when I started. I gained 5 pounds in that first month. Then by August of 2017, I weighed 170 pounds. November of 2017, I weighed 180. June of 2018, I weighed 195.
Nice.
Wait, so we've known each other longer than I thought.
Dude, nice. That is a huge difference. Holy shit. In
That's
2
insane.
years.
Insulin does
Mhm.
The
crazy
most-
things.
The most I ever gained in 1 month was
Well-
12 pounds.
You know what's crazy? The whole reason why he went through that phase is because I had just met you
Mhm.
through Steph,
Mhm.
and we had a conversation about how insulin is one of the most anabolic compounds in the human body.
It isn't. It isn't that it might be, but it is 100% the most anabolic substance on the
Right.
planet.
So I told him that. I
He's
was
just
like, dude,
oh.
I was like, I have this like hypothesis. Like, you're a type 1 diabetic. Like, I just
What do you
heard
use, Jake?
from this dude.
Humalog?
Yeah.
What's the difference between Humalog and Novolog for research purpose? I mean, friend wants to know.
Well, Novolog is a little bit more expensive for some reason with
Everything's expensive now, though, isn't it?
yeah. Well, I think a lot of the insurance companies have like a more of a deal with Humalog right now, but they're basically the same. I think they have one different protein on one of the chains. But I like Novolog better. It works a little bit faster, and it made me
So-
feel better.
Humalog, if you were using it, it's just basically allowing your body to, I guess, transport nutrients at a higher rate and a higher efficiency, pretty much.
Yeah, the way that I visualize insulin is it's basically the key keeper of the cells. So if you have like sugar and nutrients on the outside of your cells and you don't have insulin, the doorways do not open. But insulin comes in, opens the doorways because it's the key keeper, unlocks the doors.
When you say the key keeper, the only thing I can picture is like the skeleton key from back in the day.
Yeah.
It's just like like a hooded character with like an old like
So basically,
plantation farm key.
you would just do that like post-workout? Well, you take insulin all day with all your meals.
Yeah. So what I would do, and I don't suggest this for anyone
Yeah,
or
this is-
even
this is-
any diabetics
For
it's
research.
dangerous.
Yeah.
But
We'll
what
make
I
sure
would
that we make
do
that
is I would
disclaimer.
go and work out and just kill myself. And then I would go and I would, well, kill myself working out.
Yeah, not literally.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm gonna go work out and then kill myself. Like what?
Well,
Done.
then I would eat like 100 carbs worth of whatever, like pancakes or rice.
Mhm.
And then I'd eat like a shit ton of protein, like probably 50 grams to 80
Well,
grams of protein.
Did you say
per meal.
100 carbs
Mhm.
Yeah.
in a meal? So like I know that both of you guys understand how much food that is, but for a normal reference.
Oh,
right?
if you go and get the Minute Maid rice, like the 5-minute one,
Mhm.
1 cup uncooked, or wait, a half a cup
I think a cup of cooked rice is around 30 to
30,
40
yeah.
grams.
I was just looking at it yesterday because I was trying to think what it said on the side of the box. It said serving size is a half a cup and it cooks up to a cup.
Mhm.
And a cup is right around, they said 46 carbohydrates.
So yeah,
So you'd
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
do
Cups
2
of
full
rice.
cups of rice.
There's
which,
a lot of rice.
when you look at it, when you say it, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you actually have to
And
put
then
it
you
in
pair
your
it with meat.
mouth, yeah, and it's all hydrated with water, it just
Mhm.
sits in your gut.
You were talking
Well-
about like the cup and a half of
Mhm.
oatmeal,
Oatmeal cooked
rye.
up, that's like 3 cups of
It's
oatmeal.
It's an insane
That's
amount
disgusting.
of oatmeal.
There's no way. I'd rather just do rice in the
Well,
morning.
Grits.
cereal, like honey or Cheerios, it would be, I think Cheerios serving size is a cup and a third
Mhm.
cup, and that you would have to have 3 times that amount plus a cup of milk on there.
Yeah, that's insane. That's a lot of food. Like on top of all the meat.
Yeah, like
Well, and then I would eat a shit ton of protein, and then like I'd have a insulin to carb ratio, and say like for 100 carbs, I was taking a 1 to 10. So for every 10 grams of carbohydrates, I was taking 1 unit of insulin. I would increase the amount of units. I would round up and give an extra 3 to 4 units per meal. So all of that stuff would absorb into my muscles. So I guarantee you, if you weighed me today, and if I started doing that and I worked out 5 times a week and I ate like I was eating and I increased my insulin, I'd probably gain like 10 to 12 pounds in a month.
easy. I know
That's
people
crazy.
who aren't diabetics that use insulin post workout and growth hormone and stuff year round. They never stop.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
basically-
competition and stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah. I basically for purposes of, constant muscle growth, but also there was one podcast or YouTube podcast or something that I was listening to where they're basically saying like every time you eat, your pancreas kicks into action and releases insulin for whatever sugars that you put into your system. Well, you get insulin for someone who isn't a diabetic, you get insulin resistance where your pancreas is just kind of overworked and it stops producing as much of the insulin effectively for what you're eating. So your pumps aren't as good. You're not breaking down those sugars and carbs and stuff as well. So it actually started people taking insulin as a way to counteract and actually relieve your pancreas. So if you're becoming insulin resistant, what they would do would be like, oh, it's not working as well. Well, they would take 2 to 3 to 4 IUs or whatever after a workout. And then if their pancreas wasn't already taxed, it would relieve some of the stress on it. And then also if you're taking human growth hormone, for whatever reason, I think it's IGF-1, which is a component of most growth hormone factors or whatever, that stresses your pancreas out. So they'll take insulin with growth hormone to, like, the insulin counteracts the negative parts of growth hormone, and then growth hormone impacts or like reduces the impacts of what insulin could do to your body. So they run them hand in hand.
Yeah, so it's synergistic.
Yeah.
It's an addition to therapy.
Well, growth hormone, you run a risk of it increasing your facial features and your hands and your feet size.
It's not.
Yeah, like it will
The
grow.
well, that's the whole
nose
point.
weird, or your ears and your lips.
95% of the
and stuff like that.
time, the people take growth hormone not for the fact of making their muscles bigger. That's what the insulin, at least in my opinion, at how I see it. There's just some people. How the hell do you get a person that's 5'3" that walks around 250, 260 pounds of muscle and their frame can hold it?
Yeah,
I think more or less
it's like bone
the
density.
growth,
and
the
other stuff
growth
like that.
helps with bone density and frame stability to be able to pack on that massive amounts of
Well, yeah, because like,
muscle.
what are the average heights of like Olympia competitors? Like, how tall?
Dude, me being 5'11" is kind of on the high side.
That's what
I mean,
it's like
that's
probably
why
5'6"
Arnold
to
was
5'9".
Yeah, and then Arnold and Lou Ferrigno were basically like
Lose is insane.
fucking
Dude.
mongoloids compared to everyone out there.
Yeah,
But I would say most of the time between like 5'7" and 5'9" is like the optimal height for the open.
Yeah.
And then anything under 5'7" or maybe 5'5" and below. I mean, open's probably like 5'6" to 5'9", and then 5'6" and below. A lot of those guys cut down to the 212 Olympia.
Gotcha.
So, and which used to be the 202, and then
So
now I think it's maybe
ratcheted
even
up
closer to 220 because people are even getting bigger and
Mhm.
bigger. But you can't expect. Yeah, the guy who won the 212, I think he's only like 5'2". Sean Clarita is his name.
Oh my.
Dude, he
I'm gonna Google
look
that
him,
and see.
dude. He's fucking huge, and like he's just fucking stacked. He's wearing like triple extra large shirts, and he's
Yeah.
5'2".
What's his
What-
last name?
what-
Clarita, Clarida.
One adverse effect of mixing that growth hormone with the insulin is it causes the bubble guts, and that's why the modern
Not
bodybuilders have the bubble guts.
not so much as what you would think. So if you're running in those low doses, that's usually for the time that you're working out. Like I know a lot of people, they only use that kind of stuff in the off season.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no reason to do it like when you're already dieting down for a show,
Mm-hmm.
because it is for the express purpose of getting bigger.
Yeah.
If you're getting ready for a show or you're not competing or anything like
This
that,
dude
then
is
there's really
5'2".
yeah, it's or close. You'd have to look, but he is tiny as fuck. And that's an older picture of him. He looks way bigger than
I
that
have
now.
to tell Chang it to get his shit together.
Is that the Olympia last year? That's
Yeah.
2020. Yeah, he won last year.
That's huge.
So,
oh my God. I'm gonna look up.
There are
his height.
some people who are running growth hormone at like 10 IUs a day, if not higher. And same thing, using insulin at like not just like post workout, but at every meal. Wake
Yeah.
up, 5 to 6 IUs of insulin with breakfast. Next meal, more. So they're using like 50 IUs,
Yeah, dude,
which is
5'2".
10 carbs for every IU that they're using 2 a day. And when you abuse it like that for long periods of time at high doses, yes, that adds to the
They look like
the
tortoises.
swollen gut. Yeah. And that's a lot of inflammation because they're cramming basically too. And you've seen some people write it. Like I think his name's Ben Pekulski. He got ripped apart during a show about them talking about his gut or whatever it was. He went back and like changed his diet and actually got rid of his gut altogether. But he said a lot of it was, or him or someone, I don't quote me on this because I don't know if it was him or just speculation from another YouTuber that was speculating on Ben's physique. But basically, to keep up with those high growth and insulin, the amount of food you have to eat and you cram on top of there, like the appropriate time for digestion isn't possible.
Yeah.
So it's not so much like their internal organs are swelling or whatever. They're just crammed full of food. There's no way you can keep it's like
Well,
you're eating a buffet every meal
I
6
think,
times a day.
It really causes the muscular wall lining in their stomachs to get bigger too.
Yeah, probably. That's why you see
So-
the blown out belly button
Yeah.
a lot.
So that's the one thing I'm like, I would be paranoid of, is that's why I never do sit-ups or anything like that.
Oh, I only do body weight stuff.
Mm.
And you'll see some people in there like on the ab machine, like 250 pounds. If you already have a naturally thin waist, diet is what's going to make your abs show up.
Mhm.
Don't ever do, weighted crunches or weighted sit-ups or anything like that. Or God forbid, what do the fucking people like to do? They hold the 45 or 25. They do like the side crunches.
Those things are so weird.
They're so bad for
It's
you.
so odd.
That you're like the oblique exercises. They
Yeah.
they make your waist big and that's it.
Well,
Don't ever do those.
The one thing that even when you do squats and everything, that's going to work out your abs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're
Well, that's
All your
stabilizing
stabilizers and
a
everything.
lot of my compound lifts, secondary, you have to, when you're squatting, you're obviously, he's up in the window.
I
So
was like, where the heck did
you have
Theodore
to
go?
work on your core. When you deadlift, it works on your core. Heavy bench presses, even you're stabilizing with your core. So you get a lot of complementary
All the
movement.
major lifts
Mhm.
really
Doing
work
12-ounce
your core
curls,
too.
the
you're working your
compound
core.
movements. So yeah. Oh yeah. Express growth.
Well, you're like the same height as Dorian Yates,
Pretty close.
Dorian Yates.
because both of you are 5'11".
Dorian was fucking huge.
Dude was a
That dude was
monster.
grotesque.
He had me doing a Dorian Yates leg routine when I was like 2 years ago, and
where you're like, you have all those
disgusting.
working sets, and then it's like, hey, 2 like heavy sets. You can only have to get 2 reps, but it better
Yeah.
be like the most grueling 2 reps of your
You've
entire
ever
fucking
had.
life.
Have you ever
Oh my
watched his
God.
like workout
Yeah,
video on YouTube?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
He's like grunting. Okay.
dude, nothing beats Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, buddy. Ain't nothing but a peanut. That poor man. If anybody's not seen the
Ronnie
documentary, the Ronnie Coleman documentary on Netflix, I don't know if it's still up there. Whew. Is it sad?
Crazy,
Dude,
upbringing,
13 back surgeries after his last Olympia. He basically
God.
walks on all 4s. Like he has 2 of the, I guess, canes, like single arm crutches or whatever. And he basically just kind of crawls with
What?
them
Why?
because he can't stand up straight. His back, he like, well, you're doing 800-pound squats for reps. He ain't got no room. I mean, I think he's got like, some of it was in there to go and replace.
He's still doing
like
800-pound squats with reps, even though
no,
he's
no,
walking
I'm
on
talking
all
about like
fours?
in his prime.
Oh yeah,
His knees are shot. I think his spine had just been fused in like 8 different places.
that doesn't surprise me.
They went in there. He's gotten multiple stem cell, flown to foreign countries to get experimental stem cell research implanted into his spine to try to regenerate some like, you know, blown out discs and what.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucked. It's so bad.
Is he bigger now?
No, I mean he's not competing. Ronnie Coleman's the most winningest bodybuilder of all
Right.
time, but I mean, and he's still in the fitness industry, I think, you know, trying to pump out his brand, the Coleman brand of supplements and protein and all that. But dude, his body is in such disrepair. I mean, he's still big. It's not like he shrank. Like people see Dorian Yates, you know, he looks like a normal guy walking around now.
Yeah.
On the muscular side, obviously. Ronnie's still probably bigger than that. You would still look at Ronnie and be like, that dude's kind of even there. Yeah, like look. I mean, it's nothing like super impressive, but it's for.
He's like as big as you still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jeez.
Just destroyed his body.
Yeah,
man.
Dorian Yates lost like all his weight basically because
He probably
wanted
had to if you wanted
Yeah.
to live.
Right.
Well,
wanted to-
yeah, that's what he said. He just focuses on longevity now.
He accomplished everything that he wanted to or that he could, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he looks good.
Dorian's a beast.
And now he just does ayahuasca with Joe Rogan. Nice.
Who hasn't done
Right?
ayahuasca with Joe Rogan at this point?
DMT.
I feel like
Definitely in better
all
shape than most.
Joe Rogan's podcast is, and Tim Ferriss is at this point, is like, so tell me about your last acid trip.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was DMT like smoking? Like, did you drink out of a cactus with a shaman?
that? Those are some of the best stories he has on there.
Dude, have you ever watched the Paul Stamets episode? So
Mhm.
Paul Stamets is this dude that, oh my God, I got to explain this story. Actually, I'm going to, no, I'll just explain it. I'll show it to you guys after the show. If anybody's listening to this, go look up Paul Stamets, Stamats on Joe Rogan's podcast. So this dude had a stutter as a kid, right?
Mhm.
He's from Ohio, actually, Youngstown, I'm pretty sure. Had a stutter as a kid. Joe Rogan is on this episode, and for like all of the research that I've done, like into the like psilocybin or MDMA or like any of that other stuff for like therapeutic purposes, like because they're actually getting mushrooms into phase 3 clinical trials now for PTSD, and the clinical dose is like 3 grams, right? Micro doses are like half a gram, like, and this dude Paul. On the, did you just headbutt the
He
microphone?
just smashed the mic into his forehead.
This dude Paul is on the show, and Joe was like, "So, what did you take? Like, what was your first experience with shrooms?" And Paul,
Oh, did it fix his stuttering?
That's spoiler alert, everybody. Jeez,
I'm expediting this story, folks.
but he took 11 grams, and Joe Rogan was like, "What?
That was his first?
You took 11 grams? A hero's dose, quote unquote, right? Like, if you want to be connected with God, it's like 7."
Really?
This dude took 11 grams. He literally talks about in this episode about how he got butt naked, climbed up to the top of a tree during a thunderstorm, and had a conversation with God.
Well, if it fixes, if it
And he came
rerouted
down,
his brain,
and he is no longer stuttering, and he spends the rest of his life like advocating for psilocybin research. But that was his dose. He was like, I took 11 grams of mushrooms. I went out into the woods because I was determined to beat this stuttering.
So he took it with the express
With the intention of like, I am not going
that
to
it would
stutter.
fix it.
Yep. And so he
Oh.
got, and then apparently decided that whatever was guiding him through that trip told him to get naked and climb a tree.
Huh.
And I was like,
That's nuts.
can you imagine? Because this was in like the 60s.
Oh,
that
he's
this
an older
happened, right?
fellow?
He's older,
Wow.
yeah. So this is like, can you imagine a kid nowadays? Like, because they didn't have like cell phones, you know, shit like that. Can you imagine like seeing like something pop up on Reddit or like a video of somebody just climbing a tree in a thunderstorm, tripping sack, like, and that being a thing? This dude
Could just go to Akron.
That's fair.
I saw that a lot.
This dude or OU, Logan was on the episode of the podcast last week and was talking about a kid at OU that climbed a telephone pole with a solo cup in his hand, which is a crazy
Is he got
feat.
the kid that got blown off
Yeah.
the transistor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. There's a video of that. He idiot
Logan
climbs
was
up there
there.
and just
Logan was there.
really?
Yeah.
Because it didn't blast him down to a car.
Too. He fell onto the top of a
Car,
car.
yeah. Okay,
Went
I've seen that.
and then
Idiot.
He just went.
Did he die?
No.
No, just broke both of his legs.
Oh wow, he got lucky.
Yeah, I know.
It blow your hand off or just scramble your
I
fucking
know.
brain.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Well, and stopping your heart more than anything. Like that electrical
Yeah.
conductivity is your heart's just like done.
He was already amped up on Red Bull. It probably didn't matter.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. If you don't chew Big Red.
Then fuck you.
But for real, go check out that episode because it is crazy.
I
This
think,
dude is literally from Youngstown and is just like, you could tell that he just looks like he's seen some shit.
The
from the other
weirdest
side.
thing is they were doing a study of Tokyo and they were trying to reroute the subway pathways.
Mm-hmm.
And what they couldn't figure it out. But so what they did is they took mushrooms and put the nutrients right into the center of the city. And they put the mushrooms on the outside of the map, basically. So they had like a little like mushroom garden thing over
For like the biggest hubs, right?
for the biggest hubs. And they showed the hyphae growing in it. And it showed like the best, most efficient pathways to take the subway.
Really?
So that's what they did.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Look at Tokyo mushroom subway. That's interesting.
I've actually heard that story before.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo mushroom subway experiment pops up.
Oh yeah.
Yellow slime mold grows in a pattern. Tokyo subway system.
Mushrooms are
A
interesting.
team of researchers studied the slime mold species and found that it grows and connects itself to scattered food crumbs in a design that's identical to Tokyo's rail system.
Nature's scary.
Slime mold, the new urban planner.
Watched a video not too long ago about carnivorous plants.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes people forget that those exist.
Well, for those listening, carnivorous plants like Venus flytraps, and they're subspecies that kind of look the same but don't like. What's the one that looks like? Oh, the one.
They have pitcher plants and
The
stuff.
one
like
that
Oh yeah, that one.
Pokemon's based off of. Bellsprout?
Butterwort.
No, Bellsprout, where he's got
Oh,
like
I
the
know.
leaf that goes over the top, and like that's a carnivorous plant. They think it. What is it? Secrete.
Like these.
Yeah, it secretes something sweet, and when bugs or flies go into the bell part of it, the leaf closes over top. So that's also a carnivorous plant. Yeah, Bellsprout. But I was watching a video about how in the last like 5 or 10 years or something like that they've discovered like full-on carnivorous plants in
Like plants
like-
that'll get up and go kill a rat.
no, so they're
Plants
huge.
start walking and-
They're humongous. Like
Like eat a baby.
like
Type
the
thing.
size of this table, and it grows in
It's probably in the Amazon.
Well, no, the middle of it's Amazon. It's in the middle of a forest, but the center of it is like bright red, but it gives off a pheromone or a scent that smells like rotting meat. So that and it smells like putrid, absolutely like something's been laying there rotting. Wait for scavenger animals to crawl into the middle of it, and it'll digest an entire.
Oh my god!
It'll digest an entire animal.
It's called
not just like a bug.
Attenborough's pitcher plant. Attenborough. Borough. Attenborough's pitcher plant.
Is that
the largest carnivorous plant, reaching up to 5 feet tall.
I told it can eat a human.
Its pitchers are up to 11.8 inches in diameter and are able to capture and digest rodents.
Yeah, like
holy shit!
Like if your cat crawled into it, it'd be fucked.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you imagine a 5 foot tall plant with just like a bunch of like squirrels like scrambling around to try to get out of the pitcher.
When you think of carnivorous plants, you think of small stuff eating insects, but there's like legitimate.
Like
if you dropped your baby into it, gone.
Crap.
Does it still perform photosynthesis, or is it just solely?
I don't know, because do Venus flytraps still do photosynthesis, and then part of its energy reproduction system or ATP system or whatever has to do with whatever insects they get in it too?
I'm gonna look up and see how much like chlorophyll they have.
I mean, they're huge plant. The thing fucking scared the shit out of me.
I've had nightmares about it.
You don't want to go trekking through the Amazon and trip and fall in one of those. Lunchtime.
It looks like it manufactures what it needs to catch the nutrients by using photosynthesis.
Oh, that's what creates the smell.
Mm-hmm. And then they get the majority of their sustenance from eating things.
That's weird.
But it says it does still undergo photosynthesis.
Just not as much. Well, if you guys want nightmare fuel, go look up videos on world's largest carnivorous plants, because there's other ones that are pretty close in size of that are equally
look
terrifying.
up deep sea,
but they're really
creatures.
pretty.
Deep sea creatures are nightmare.
Ocean's
material.
boring.
What?
Everybody knows it's scary and uncharted. Blah 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 blah.
Wow.
Even Theodore.
Out of all the things of childhood wonder.
No. Though going down in the water, I don't even like sitting at the bottom of the pool. My ears hurt.
Well, and as soon as you jump into the water, you just immediately would sink to the bottom.
You don't like going out in the ocean? I like going in the ocean.
No,
but like I would never like take a boat out into the middle. Like, okay.
It seems a little like foolish to me. Like people are like afraid of shark attacks and stuff like that. Okay. Why would you be going and swimming in the ocean? If you're on land and
I think it's a stats thing.
What
are my real chances
I know,
here?
But even your statistics go up if you're in the ocean. The statistics are irrelevant if you're outside of the ocean. Your statistical probability of dying from a shark is 0 if you're on land.
Mm-hmm.
That's very fair.
So it's like basically going into like the pride lands of Africa and being like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be eaten by a lion today. Well,
yeah, but
if you're not in the pride lands of Africa, I don't really think you're going to statistically be likely to be eaten by a lion.
Yeah, but when you watch Shark Week and they're said, oh, you have a higher chance of being in a plane crash than getting bit by a shark in the ocean at whatever percentage. I don't think they're giving you the percentage of you being on land. I think they're saying like, hey, if you were actually in the ocean, this is
do you guys ever watch Bill Burr?
Yes.
He does a hilarious.
I don't like him.
He does a hilarious bit.
You don't like him?
He's very
mean.
He's rude. He's hilarious. He's rude.
He's funny.
I love it.
He's a dick. But it's awesome. He has this bit, right, where he's like, people were trying to convince me to not get in the water. To not get in the water. And they were like, that's where, most shark attacks happen next to the shore. And he's like, no shit. That's where the fucking people are. He was like, no wonder the majority of shark attacks happen near the shorelines. There's not thousands of people swimming across the Atlantic going, come on, pussies, we're going to the fucking next continent.
Oh.
No, they're on the shoreline.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Speaking of oceans,
I just like dipping my toes in the water more than anything. I don't really
I'll go swim in the ocean. I like it.
Sand.
Yeah. My dad swam with, he was like in Hawaii doing a triathlon. This is when like Slick Rick like was in his prime, right? And so he's in Hawaii doing this triathlon, and he said that he swam out to a sandbar because the part of the triathlon was the swim, right? And in Hawaii, they do it for the Ironman. They do it in the ocean.
Yeah.
So you swim out to this sandbar and you check in and you have to swim back. He said he swam out and the sun was still up. Started swimming back and the sun was going down. And as the sun was going down, there was a pool of lemon sharks
Oh god.
starting to come in.
Lemon sharks are relatively small, though, aren't they?
Well, they're not super.
Yeah, but if there's a whole pack
aggressive.
of lemon sharks,
True.
They're not super aggressive, but like when they decide that they want to
They're hungry.
swarm, yeah. So like my dad was like, I'm just like swimming, and every time I look behind me, I'm like sharks. He was like, that was the most nerve-wracking swim back to
Scary.
shore. And he was like, but I couldn't like get freaked out because if my heart rate goes up too high or anything like that, he was
Freak
like,
out in
then
the
I just
water. Yeah.
freak out. And he was like, I had to keep myself stable. But he was like, I'll never do that again. I was like, it's fair. I'd rather swim with like nurse sharks and stuff.
Last interesting fact for me, I just read that there's 4 seas, right?
Huh?
Pacific, Atlantic.
Arctic and
Indian.
oceans.
Yeah. There's
Oceans,
4
yeah.
oceans, right?
Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Arctic Ocean.
There's 5. Just recently announced, and I guess in the scientific community,
I'm just
it's
Googling
been
shit all day today.
They've referred to it, but like I think they called it the Southern Sea or Southern Ocean. Like most scientists.
June 8th.
Yeah.
Just happened.
Yeah, I guess scientists have always considered it in like professional
Yeah, they're calling it the
circumstances.
Southern Ocean.
Yeah.
Where's
The
it at?
Gerlach Strait
South.
lies off the west coast of the Antarctic Peninsula in the largest band of ocean around Antarctica that has been reclassified as the Southern Ocean by National Geographic cartographers.
Mhm.
The strait would have once been considered part of the Pacific, but these water currents circling Antarctica keep the waters there distinct and worthy of their own name by nature of evaluation. And
Makes sense.
But I thought that was cool because when you think of the implications of that, like kids going through school now, like in grade
you
school,
learn
they're
about
going to be
Pluto.
all the books are going to change. There's
Yeah.
going to be 5 oceans instead of 4. Like,
God forbid something else, you learn more data and you adapt your stance.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
so
ladies
I
and
thought that was
gentlemen.
pretty cool. I was like, oh, I mean, my whole childhood's a lie.
What's the name of the thing that you showed me the other day? Like
They're
the
haloclines.
haloclines, yeah. Explain.
Shows it's like
Have you seen these?
Mm-mm.
No.
how you can tell oceans are distinct oceans. It's based off of like their bioorganisms within it and their salt density. So it like alters their densities, and like the Atlantic Ocean is a distinct different color than the Pacific.
Oh, I've seen that picture where like they run into each other and it's like
Yeah.
a straight wall. Yeah, because
Oh,
one's
yeah.
brown,
crazy.
one's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's one in between like the Pacific and that Southern Ocean.
Could be. They said there's whatever the climate down there keeps it its own distinct waters. So
Mhm.
that's interesting.
Well, you would think that it would all intermix, but it's the inertia of the Earth keeps them
Mhm.
separated.
That's interesting.
Nice. There's
Nice
your
one.
guys' fun fact for the day. Go tell your friends and family.
And on that note, I'm hungry. You
yeah,
want
it's
food?
lunchtime. Time to go get a
Lunchtime.
hamburger
from Penn
sandwich.
Station. A Bergwich.
Bergwich.
We'll have to start a restaurant, and that'll be the name of the Bergwich.
Compete with Mark Wahlberg.